nagsalita kasi si BP mismo ang nagsalita nun. Alam namin kung kanino nang gagaling ang threat. Whereas yung threat kay Vice President, hindi namin alam kung sino yung nagte-threat sa kanya. At siya lamang ang makakapagbigay sa amin ng information regarding that matter.
Yes po. Next question, sir.
Ano sa atin yung nag-cooperate with BP sa outage investigation sa yung cooperation niya, masasabi niyo ba na pinagin niyo yung cooperation niya na ayos sa
Well, at least ibinalik naman ni BP Sara yung courtesy na ibinibigay namin sa kanya. Ibinalik niya naman by sending lawyers and denying that she committed threats against the life of the president. So, ayun. Sabi nga, respect begets respect, Nare-respeto namin si VP, narespeto niya naman kami. By sending a lawyer and advising that she will no longer appear, instead, she just vehemently deny the accusation hurled against her. Okay.
Okay. Next question from this corner. Yung manaw na po kanina. Yes, sir.
Yung sa letter na sinabi mo, it was written by the lawyer and different form. Just want to clarify how this manifest form is when she signed it, or was it just stated in the letter?
Alright, yung portion na yun, That said, our client vehemently denies having made any threat constituting grave threat under Article 2A2 of the Revised Penal Code in relation to Section 6 of RA 10175, terrorism or other punishable under RA number 11479. So, yun po. Dinideny daw ng client nila. Actually, the person speaking here is the lawyer. It's not the Vice President. But then, it has her conformity. Therefore, tama, gusto niya yung sinasabi ng lawyer niya. Ganun po ang implication nun.
She signed the letter?
She signed the letter. Yes.
Okay po. Wait. Let's hear it from the sir in black.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Sabi ko na nga sa inyo, the letter is signed by the law office and with conformity of the Vice President. It is not the sworn statement that we are looking for or the counter affidavit that we are looking for. All right.
Sir, yes po.
Yes, yun nga, sabi ko nga sa inyo, with all the evidence we have in hand, plus the interviews, plus the cooperation of other people, plus this one, pag-uusap-usapan namin yan ng aking mga magigiting na abogado, matatalinong abogado ng NBI, at siguro by early January, we will submit our recommendation, our report to the Department of Justice, the prosecutor's office. Ganun po.
Yes, ma'am in white.
Mas maganda sana kung counter affidavit because counter affidavit ay siya ang abayan, siya ang nagsasalita. No? Whereas ito, ang nagsasalita dito ay ang kanyang mga lawyer, nag-conform lamang siya dun sa sinasabi ng mga lawyer.
Sir in gray. Yes po.
Alam nyo, mas mapapadali ang trabaho kung si ma'am ay nag-appear sa amin, nasagot yung aming mga katanungan para sa kanya, mas mabilis ang trabaho. Kaya nga sabi ko sa inyo, with this letter, with the clippings on hand, with the interviews we had, i-collate namin yan lahat at nakita nyo almost 2 weeks or 3 weeks kaming uusap-usap para makaformulate ng isang report recommendation na parehas sa lahat ng involved dito sa insidenteng ito.
Sir John Consulta, you have a question, sir.
Correct po. Remember na ilang aspect ang iniimbestigahan sana namin. But then, parang she refused na to cooperate with us. Hindi na namin maimbestigahan thoroughly. Katulad yung threat sa kanya. Gusto namin maraming kaming itanong sa kanya. Binabanggit niya lamang general accusation na 6 months ago ay natetret na raw siya. Ay, walang definite na sino ba, paano, ganun po. Ayan po. Sabi ko sa inyo, pag-aaralan na namin, we will start collating all the evidence, all the testimonies, all the statements we have gathered. During that interim period, hanggat hindi pa kami nakakapag-finalize, o biglang tumawag sa akin, may Vice President, Director, I will go there. Ano pa yung mga gusto niyong tanong? Welcome po yun. But we are no longer setting another date for her to appear. Nasa sa kanya na po yun.
Man in white followed by Man in yellow.
Alright. Alam mo, ang sinasabi niya na ang NBI ay under administrative control ng DOJ, na ang secretary ay si Secretary Remulla, that ES ay si Executive Secretary Bersamin, under niya kami. Sila, ES and SOJ ay alter ego ng President. So pwede daw, yun ang paniniwala niya na parang kami ay under these people. Ganon, parang hindi maganda yung ano niya, kaya she deemed it prudent not to appear na lang before us and instead deny the accusation held against her. Ganon po. Kung babasahin po natin ito, basahin ko ng diretso, no? Okay. We thank you for your letter dated 02 December 2024 in which you summarize the factual antecedents and expounded on the subject matter of your investigation. In your letter, you confirm among others that your investigation involved our client press conference on November 23 and in October 2024 it was initiated motu proprio after the Executive Secretary issued a statement referring to the Presidential Security Command and alleged active threat on the President for immediate and appropriate action, and two, by the directive of the Secretary. With due respect, we just state that obvious that the Honorable Secretary of Justice is this office administrative superior, head of agency and the President's alter ego, while the Honorable Executive Secretary is the President's chief alter ego. Given these facts, you will kindly understand our client's prudence in her cooperation with the office and her desistance from appearing and giving any statement on December 11, today, 2024. Ganun po ang pagkaka-relay sa amin. Well, meron namang katwiran na mag-isip ng gano'n si Vice President because really, we are under the SOJ. But then, lagi ko namang sinasabi sa inyo, we are only mandated by our law. Yung Republic Act 10867 na minamandate ang NBI to step in whenever there is threat to the President, Vice President, down sa Chief Justice. So, at ito naman siguro nakikita nyo naman, lagi tayo nagkakausap tungkol this case, ay talagang pinipilit ko na ipaliwanag sa inyo, sa taong bayan, kay Vice President, that the investigation will be impartial. Kami mananatiling NBI, ang institusyon na mapapagkatiwalaan ng ating taong bayan, ng lahat ng tao. So, hindi natin siya masisisi kung gano'n ang pag-iisip niya, but then kami nananatili, malinis ang aming konsensya that the investigation will be fair, wala kaming kikilingan, walang pinoprotektahan. Ganun po. Serbisyong totoo lamang.
Ma'am in yellow, you have a question, ma'am. Okay na. Ma'am in maroon, do you have a question?
Not really. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, i-collate namin lahat ng evidence, lahat ng interviews, lahat ng statement na nakuha namin. Yun. At naniniwala ako na ako bilang judge, abogado, 5 panel kami, puro abogado, ay yung percentage ng pagkakamali ay siguro malaki na ang 2% ng pagkakamali. Dahil kami talagang yung katotohanan lamang ang palalabasin namin. Ganun po.
Okay. Any other questions from the media? Ma'am in white, yes po.
Ayun nga po, yung threat tungkol sa buhay niya, hindi naman kami titigil din ng pag-iimbestiga. But then, wala kaming concrete nga na evidence na siya ang na-threaten eh. So, alam niya kung sino nag-threat sa kanya. May proof ba tayo? Yung mga ganon, yun ang mga kailangan namin kay Vice President. But then, we will go over nung reading between the lines kami. Paano pa siya na-threat? Sino pa nag-threat? Ano bang mga circumstances ang sinasabi niya na na-threaten siya? So, ganun po kahirap lalo ang aming gagawin na investigation about the threat on her. Ayan na nga. Yun na nga. Hindi siya nag-cooperate para bigyan niya kami ng konting information lamang na kami na mag-build up nun sana. No? Kung may konting information from the Vice President, kami na mag-build up nun, kami na magkakalkal nun. Kaso, wala eh. Yun, ganun.
Sir, from Manila Bulletin.
Siyempre, sabihan natin si ma'am na mag-appear, no? Kasi alam mo, ako bilang judge, bilang dating pulis, lagi kong sinasabi, ang kaso, hinaharap, hindi tinataguan yan. Harapin mo yan. Problema mo yan eh. Okay, but then, kung ayaw niyang harapin, talikuran niya, look out ni ma'am yun. Look out niya po yun. Wala po tayong magagawa doon. No? At sana maintindihan din ng ating mamamayan na ayun ang lahat ng problema hinaharap, hindi tinatakbuhan yan. Lahat ng akusasyon sa iyo hinaharap yan, hindi mo tatakbuhan yan. Ganun po.
Ma'am in red, you have a question?
Yes, nandito sa niya, nagpapasalamat siya. We thank you for your letter dated December 2 in which you summarize the factual antecedents. Nagpasalamat siya. Yes.
Okay. Ma'am, do you have a question?
So, wala na.
Okay.
sabi ko sa inyo, we will now start from this day on. Mag-i-start na kami, mag-collate, mag-uupo kami ng aking mga panel of investigators. Mag-umpisa na po kami. In the interim, habang kami nag-usap-usap, biglang tumulat, biglang dumating si VP Sara, we will welcome her. Gusto niyang mag-submit ng counter affidavit. Oh, Director, napag-isip-isip ko. Gusto ko mag-submit ng counter affidavit. Thank you, ma'am. Diba? But then, we will now proceed. With or without, we will proceed. And sabi ko sa inyo, promise ko, by early January, we will have our fact-finding resolution, our recommendation, at ipapasa na namin sa Department of Justice. Okay?
Okay. Last two questions from Sir Nico and Ma'am Elaine. Last two questions po.
Ayun ang magandang katanungan ninyo yan, nakita na ninyo ang lahat, nakita ng taong bayan how we accommodated our Vice President. Talagang parehas kami, lahat ng tsansa binigay namin, pero ayaw niya, wala kaming magagawa. No? We extended to her due process, the courtesies, everything. Pero ayaw niya talaga, on advice ng kanyang lawyers, wala tayong magagawa. Wala. Ni higing, wala. Sa akin lang nanggaling yun na while we are studying this for that period, no? Itong hanggang end nitong December, ay biglang dumating si VP, welcome po. Pero wala kaming hindi namin siya nire-require, hindi namin hinihingi, hindi sila nagpasabi, wala po. Akin lamang po yun, katugtong po yun ng due process at ng courtesy namin sa Vice President. Yes.
Thank you so much to our director.
Okay. So, thank you.
Now that concludes our press conference this morning. To our director, deputy director, and